Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to have a quick look at Dougie Ford's interview with Fox News. Yeah, he went on Fox News. He couldn't go down there. Obviously, you know what? That's a point. He didn't jet down there with an entourage and use loads of V8 vehicles to get to the Fox News studio. No, do you know what he managed to do? He did it on the phone. The miracle! A miracle of the phone! It's a miracle! And he must have saved millions of baby squirrels by not using tons of jet fuel to jet. I know. Let's just have a listen to Doug Ford. You might have missed this, so I'm going to play it here. I'm going to play it all as well. So have a listen to Doug Ford talking to Fox News about the tariffs, Trudeau, and how Trump is a funny guy.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Neil. We've always had an incredible relationship between Canada and the U.S., and we want to continue that. We want to make sure that we build a Can-Am fortress, per se, if you want to call it that. And the real focus should be on China. It should be on Mexico. China bringing in cheap products through Mexico, slapping stickers that they made in Mexico and shipping it up through America into Ontario and Canada, and costing Americans and Canadians jobs. That's what we should focus on. We're so much stronger together.
Do you think it was a mistake for the Prime Minister to visit Donald Trump?
No, I don't think it's a mistake at all. Right now, it's Team Canada, and I'm glad that the Prime Minister went down there, the first leader of the G7, to come and visit President-elect Trump.
A lot of people say there's a big difference between your country and China, and that they're kind of lumped in the same tariff bucket. What do you think?
Well, I think it's unfortunate considering Canada does $1.3 trillion of trade, more than China, Japan, UK, and France combined. Ontario alone does $500 billion of two-way trade. And I might add, it's equally split down the center. And you're a big auto province here, and it's parts can go back and forth across the border up to 8 times. So the supply chain is very connected.
Donald Trump was making a joke with Trudeau in which he said, you could always become a state and those problems go away. But what did you make of that?
Well, the president has a good sense of humor. And, it's a funny comment. I guess he's still upset that, in 1812 we burnt down your White House, and he's holding a grudge after 212 years. But I understand he's a funny guy. So.
But I am curious, for whatever people's views on this subject and the individual personalities, the president-elect says that tariffs are the sweetest word to him. They're very effective. They can be used as a cudgel to get what you want out of those who you feel are taking advantage of you. But you can also go too far with these things, and other countries reciprocate with tariffs of their own, and it builds on itself. Do you think that this could really explode into a global recession if it gets out of hand?
Well, I hope not, Neil, because you can't compare Canada with any other country in the entire world when it comes to the U.S. We're part of the family, per se. We're the number 1 trading partner, Ontario alone, to 17 states. We're number 2 to 11 others. 9 million Americans wake up every single morning to produce products that get shipped up to our province, Ontario. And I think it's a great partnership. It's a great friendship that's gone on for many generations, and we want to keep it that way. We're so much stronger when we stick together. I heard the other day, Neil, I think it was yesterday, China came out and talked about the critical minerals. How they're going to cut the U.S. off. Well, who has the critical minerals? Ontario has the critical minerals, and I don't want to give them to anyone, but I'll tell you one thing, I want to give them to the U.S. to support them. They need our energy, the Americans. We ship 4.3 million barrels every single day down to the U.S. Ontario sends energy, electricity down to New York State, down to Michigan to keep your factories going, keeping the lights on in New York. That's what we have to offer and much more. So we look forward to a mutually rewarding relationship moving forward.
All right, we'll watch it very closely. Doug Ford, Ontario, Canada Premier. Always good seeing you or hearing you again.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So what do you think of that, guys? I think Danielle Smith has already been on Fox News as well. So Alberta has stepped up and talked to the American mainstream media. Well, I think Fox News pushes right rather than left. CNN is left. And yeah, good on him to actually talk to the American news. Like, I don't see Trudeau calling him up. No, he'd have to fly there. He'd have to fly there and get the fancy socks on and sit in the studio and, yes, but, yes, well, yeah, but, yeah, just do it on the phone or Skype or something. Yeah, save them baby squirrels. I know it doesn't matter, does it? Anyway, till tomorrow, guys. Cheers.